Hello, I'm the Doctor. Yeah, so basically, if you didn't know, myself, David Tennant, the 10th Doctor. Wow. Yeah, basically. Yeah, 10 years ago today, I did my first episode. New Earth, it was on New York. Apple grass, yeah, apple grass. But yeah, sorry. Hello guys, went in a bit into character. As you can see, I am in my cosplay as David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, who actually started this time back in 2006. So here are my video of my favourite moments and what the 10th Doctor did for me as a Doctor Who fan. Wow. So I thought I'd do like a small video on basically sharing my memories of, you know, the 10th Doctor era of Doctor Who. So yeah, it was way back in 2006. I would have been 6 years old at the time, which, bloody hell, that's making me feel so, how long ago it was. I wouldn't have been watching New Earth because, you know, I knew what Doctor Who was at the time. I briefly was aware of its existence, but I never managed to catch this episode. The episode that I managed to catch was the third 10th Doctor story, well, fourth if you count Dark Invasion of Earth. It would have been School Reunion. But a question, and in fact what a lot of people are saying about their videos to talk about the 10th Doctor is, you know, what did the 10th Doctor do for you as a fan, and what did it do for you, like, at the time. Tennant's Doctor, oh god, I think he just did so much. He did so much for me as a, not just as a fan, but as just as a person in general. Just the fact that, you know, he was, you know, when I was growing up with him, he was someone I wanted to be. He was a character. He was that type of person which I would absolutely adore to be. Because, you know, when I was younger, there wasn't really a lot to me. You know, I was this really quiet, shy, very short-tempered sort of person. And, you know, I was very antisocial, I found things very difficult, and I was not really the most intelligent boy out there. But, you know, I wanted to be like the 10th Doctor. I wanted to be, you know, smart and intelligent, really good looking, fantastic hairstyle, very confident, and very cocky, and then quiet. You know, wanted to be smiley, wanted to be quite happy. And yeah, you know, he was just someone I wanted to be when I was younger. Because, you know, sometimes I would actually pretend to be the Doctor, because I could actually pretend to be, you know, somebody better than what I was. I could pretend to be this intelligent alien being who, you know, who's quite chummy and enjoys the company of humans, whereas I didn't at the time. And I feel that, you know, it definitely built my confidence up. He's Doctor, you know, it made me show a new ways of how to approach people, and I gratefully thank David Tennant's performance for that. Another thing which I just, oh god, this is weird, like, just thinking about it. But yeah, there's loads of things that I like about 10's Doctor. I think he put Doctor Who in the right direction. I mean, despite if you hate him or if you like his Doctor, no one can deny that he brought Doctor Who into that right direction. He made Doctor Who successful. He made that mark of Doctor Who. Because Doctor Who was, god, it was so popular with David Tennant. Like the fact that he barely done anything in his first season, and straight away everyone was talking about it. You know, you'd come home from school, and everyone being like, oh, did you watch Doctor Who Saturday? And people would be reenacting the scenes from the episode, myself included. and you know, everyone was talking about it, everyone was buying the Battles in Time cards, everyone was doing this and doing that. It was huge, and everyone was like, you know, you had all the girls who loved how David Tennant looked, which, come on, let's be fair, David Tennant is a good looking lad, so, but doesn't mean I want to fancy and kiss his face off, because that'd be like kissing myself. I'm not sure if it's, a lot of people do comment I look a bit like Tennant in the past, and I'm not sure if that's just a coincidence or if that's like trying to tell me something. Yeah, oh blimey. But yeah, I think the most biggest thing which I loved about David Tennant's era was the adventure. I think, you know, I just loved the beauty. You know, every week, especially Series 2, like every episode of Series 2. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Series 2 now, but at the time, it, you know, it made Saturday night television. You know, it was brilliant. You know, and it was different every single week. You know, you have the 1 week in the past, you have 1 week in the present, you have 1 week in the future, 1 week on a completely different planet. You know, it was chaos. It was a fantastic, beautiful chaos, and it was fantastically randomness of a series, you know, and it was full of adventure, and you felt part of the journey. And you just look up to this Doctor, and you'd think, he's the luckiest sod out there. Like, I would love to do that. You know, you would be like, I would absolutely love to be in the place that Tennant's Doctor is in. I would absolutely love to travel the stars and see all these different alien planets. You know, and I'm not denying that. That is something I would like. But yeah, it's just the adventure that he brought, and the relatability, which, to be fair, Tennant and Eccleston done successfully. I think the companions as well of Tennant were definitely really good, and you know, far the best of New Who. I mean, by far, if I had to pick companions from New Who, I think a lot of Tennant's ones would be top, because I'm not particularly huge on the Moffat companions. But yeah, you had so many good companions. I mean, I'm not really a massive fan of Rose. I felt that Rose was quite the downfall for Tennant's Doctor. However, I respect that. I respect that, you know, what the team did, and, you know, what was written for those characters. Because, you know, I can't really complain and say, oh, I didn't like that sort of thing, because that'd be quite disrespectful to the actors, and to the writing team. But yeah, I mean, a character which I find who's very underrated is would definitely be Martha Jones. Now, Martha Jones, I think, was a very underrated character. A lot of people do go, oh, she's like the Rose Mark II. I can see where people are coming from for that, but I think what I liked the most about Martha was I loved the tragic love story. I thought it was quite a good watch. You know, the fact that, you know, this woman is completely fallen for the Doctor, and the Doctor shows the lack of interest and treats her like a complete dick, to be honest. But I kind of like that, the fact that he's, you know, you have a really good potential companion who, you know, and the fact throughout the whole of Series 3 she's trying to prove to him that she can do good things and she can be that companion, and she tries to keep winning him over. But what I appreciate Martha, sorry, what I appreciate Martha for doing is that she chose to walk away, and by far she had one of the best exits of the show, in my opinion. She chose to walk away because she knew that she couldn't take the situation any longer, and she had to get away from the 10th Doctor, because, you know, she realised that she doesn't need to compare herself, because, you know, she is an independent woman, and she is capable of doing things, and, you know, she's got better things to be doing with her life instead of trying to go for someone who has a lack of interest. So yeah, companions, top notch, really top notch. But yeah, I think Tennant is definitely, he's like the Tom Baker of New Who. He is like the 21st century of the Fourth Doctor. And I think he's going to continue to be the most popular Doctor until someone else comes along. I don't think he's the best Doctor in the world, but I do like him. I really do, because, you know, he is someone who's massively influenced me on a lot of things, as well as the show of Doctor Who. But all I want to say is I want to say a huge, huge thank you to David Tennant himself. Thank you very much for his performance and the way he made my childhood better. You know, I think in many ways you could say that he was the one that cured my childhood, and he made me believe in something. And I want to thank Russell T Davies and, in fact, the whole team of Doctor Who back in the day. Jenny, because without them, I don't think I'd be half the person I am now, and I don't think I would have been as confident as I am. In fact, I probably wouldn't have YouTube. I wouldn't have liked acting, and I'd be still that shy little boy who would cause all those problems. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share with everyone. Please do let me know down below or whatever, and tell me, you know, what are your memories of the 10th Doctor. I'd be absolutely willing to hear what all your opinions are. But yeah, awesome. Alonzi.